My goal is to be a full-time curler like I am now, but also, to help out our team financially. Chris has his own business, and John is an engineer, and I think, these guys would love to have that opportunity to be, full-time curlers as well. So it's sponsors that actually, help us pay for our seasons and make it possible to be, either full-time curlers like myself or most-time curlers like, Chris and John and Matt. It's been a lot of fun actually having, this on the front of our uniforms, and during the season this year, talking to people like, oh, the Orleans Casino, like, how does that come about?
They reached out to us and they were looking for some sponsorship. It fell right into our wheelhouse. We're like, us at the Orleans Arena, we love curling. We want to be a big supporters of the sport. So we said, heck yeah, let's do it.
Like when you're on the road, it makes life way easier.
And we get to, talk about how great of hosts they are for curling events.
Curling's always been this sport that's every 4 years, you see it and you're like, ooh, that's kind of interesting. I kind of like it. I get to follow the rules.
But it's not every 4 years that, we're training. It's every day.
One of the things they said is, instead of us having to get a subcompact car to get around to the different venues, we were able to rent an SUV with which all our gear and all that stuff really makes a huge difference.
I'm like the ultimate budgeter and check for like the cheapest flights and maybe be flying, on 2 layovers and driving to the Twin Cities to fly. Instead, now we can actually fly when it's going to be best for our results for the competition.
And instead of having to eat McDonald's every night,
that affords us the opportunity to put what we need in our bodies for game time.
Every little bit can count when it comes to that kind of stuff.
We can put ourselves up, in hotels and Airbnbs where we can be comfortable and really, again, worry about what it's going to mean to our competition. It definitely doesn't mean we're out staying in 4- and 5-star hotels or anything like that. But
these guys are playing in their local curling leagues. There's not much financial backing. They're paying for everything themselves.
I mean, a lot of us when we were younger too didn't have a lot of money to go spending on curling, and a lot of the money that we were spending was going to entry fees or hotel stays. And
the exposure we've gotten to it has been great. Between Curling Night in America and all the other different competitions they've been in, to see the Orleans in markets that never would have been there is just exciting.
We definitely have had a lot of smaller sponsors along with these big sponsors over the years. So the smaller companies definitely have helped a lot along the way, and I think continue to help.
When that local curler comes to your pizza parlor and wants a little bit of sponsorship, even if it's only $500, if you can give it to them, that goes a long, long way.
When I was in juniors, we had lots of little sponsors, and we were one of the most successful junior teams ever to play out of the U.S., and a lot of it was due to people, small local companies being able to give us, $500, $1,000, a couple $1,000. We were one of the only teams traveling all around the world trying to play in the best competitions that we could to get better, and none of us were getting rich off of it. It was just something that we loved and the sport that we loved, and just kind of chasing that dream, and all the support from those smaller companies really was a huge factor as to why we were able to win a world junior title and to have, a lot of the memories that I have as a junior.
To hear those heartfelt stories, and to know that we are instrumental in making that happen is really a big deal.